Hi, I'm Lawson. I write on Medium.com. I have a Substack newsletter. My content's on WordPress. And I have a YouTube channel that I'm rebuilding that's up to 2,729 subscribers. And I'm also on TikTok. I get suggestions of what people want me to talk about on my videos. And somebody left a suggestion on YouTube that I talk about popular music, which is hilarious because I don't listen to popular music. I avoid it as much as possible. Now, before I became homeless, I had a car, of course, and I had the radio on all the time just to have noise on. I'm an old school guy. I like old school rock and roll. I like outlaw country, some country like Willie and Waylon and stuff like that. Um, I really enjoy reggae. You know what I old school R&B and soul. Blues and soul like that. What I don't like is anything rap and hip hop. I can't stand that stuff. I don't know. It's just noise to me. It's annoying. But I I'm just out of touch with popular culture, and I like it that way. So somebody left a comment wanting me to talking about popular music, and I just can't do it. And I keep thinking about it. I keep thinking, man, I'm getting old. You know, I sound more like my dad every day, which is not a bad thing because my dad was awesome. But I don't know. I didn't know I had anything really to talk about. You know, and I just thought, I should talk about a little bit about getting older in popular culture and how a lot of times as you get older, it's funny how you get older, things that you thought were cool when you're young aren't interesting anymore. It's just I don't know. I'd rather listen to Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and Jethro Tull and some Bob Marley, Peter Tosh. I can listen to that stuff for days and hours. But this is like watching the halftime show for a Super Bowl game. I just have to turn the volume down because I just can't see how anybody can find any enjoyment in a lot of that stuff. Just noise. So that's all I can just. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, where there's no musicality. There's no, you know, and I have a foul mouth, but I can't deal with it. They get on this about all this vulgar stuff and objectify women, talk about partying and shooting people. It just appeals to base instincts, and it's just loud, obnoxious. I'm just not down with any of it, and I can just hear the people saying, you know, my my audience is younger, mostly kids, and they're just rolling their eyes, calling me boomer and all this other stuff. It is what it is. I am getting older. My one regret in life is I never got to see the original. I never got to see Led Zeppelin in their prime. Never got to see Black Sabbath in the prime. I did see Richie Blackmore's Rainbow with Ronnie James Dio was the lead singer. I saw them at the Budokan in Tokyo. It's the first concert I ever went to. I was a kid. So junior, senior in high school. And saw Ted Nugent there too at the Budokan back in the 70s. And that was interesting. because they don't act. They're so Japanese concert goers are so polite, so reserved. No smoking, no tobacco in the theater, in the arena. Don't sell liquor or alcohol. People actually sit down, and most of them, and listen to the music without raising hell, unless they've changed since the '70s. But it was kind of a culture shock because used to going to Japanese concerts at the Budokan. Went to a couple there. Then I went to a concert in the States when I came back. I don't remember which one it was. Was it the Rolling Stones, the first one I saw? No, that can't be. But anyway, of course, you all know what going to a concert in the States is like. So, but I don't party anymore. Don't get high anymore. Can't stand loud music for too long. Don't like the popular music they have now. I'm more like my dad every day. Every day I'm more like my dad. So y'all have a good day. Check out my content on YouTube, WordPress, Substack. Google the name Lawson Wallace and check out my content. I will talk to you. And please subscribe to my newsletter or follow me just to read my stories and stuff. And I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later.